Hello. Hi, Marks. Hello, hello. Welcome. Hey, it's 7-Eleven, everybody. 7-Eleven. July 11th, 2025. Hey, Stray Kids fan is here. Hello. Welcome, welcome. Oh boy, I'm excited to be back. I'll put my scanner down. Oh boy. Last week was a little bit of a of a derail, and I just want to say I'm a little bit sorry about that. A little bit. I didn't mean for that to happen, but you have to understand when I get talking about Jurassic Park, it's a difficult thing for me to reel it back in. I struggle very much. I'm not going to do that today, but I will tell you. Oh, hi, Samantha's here. Woohoo! LiveDraw. I will tell you that I did go and see Jurassic World Rebirth a second time earlier this week, and I enjoyed it more than I did the first time. Okay, no, don't be sorry, Marks, that you missed last week. I just ranted and raved about Jurassic Park, and I kind of went off on a major tangent that basically took up the entire episode. So don't feel that bad. Of course, you can always go back and watch previous streams, by the way. If you miss a live recording, you can go back and watch them later. I know it may not seem as exciting because you're not there when it's happening live, but don't let that sway you. There's just so many things you can go back and check out, and let me serenade you and put you to sleep, or keep you company while you're washing dishes. I'm a great companion to have around the house. I'm like a house cat. You know, I don't eat very much, and you don't have to do really much of anything. Just acknowledge that I'm there every now and then. Stray Kid says, I like watching Jurassic Park movies. I also like watching Jurassic Park movies, Stray Kids. I also do. But I had some things to say last week about the new one. And then Carrie, who does come on to this live stream every now and then, came on and said, hey, have you ever ranked all of them? And I said, oh, ranking. You just brought up one of my favorite things to do. Where'd my paper go? Did it fall? No, I don't know where it went. Okay. Where did it go? Did I put it down? I had a bunch of paper. Oh, I put them up there on the scanner. That's right. Okay. All right, so I have some news for y'all. I have lots of fun things to tell you. Stray Kid says, I am planning to watch the new Jurassic Park movie when I get back to Illinois because I'm still in Kansas with my other family. Ooh, is it a secret family? Okay. I'm weird. I'm being weird. I'm in a weird mood. You have to excuse me. You don't have to excuse me. Samantha's laughing. Here, I got some news. So I finished scene 43. It took me almost a month. I know last week I was working on it a little teensy bit. And then as soon as the beginning of the week came here, I just dove in head first, and I was like, bam, 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 bam. And I was knocking out drawings left and right. That's what I did. Bam, 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 bam. That's for those of you that were going to ask me to say that again. So you don't get to ask me that now. I already said it twice. So scene 43 is done, and I have started scene 44. I have. It's already started. Stray Kids says, most of my family on my mom's side is Italian, which makes me part Italian. That does make you part Italian, and that makes you family. Here on this channel, anyway. Mark says, I built a catapult that launches candy. Oh, that's fantastic. Was that how you spent your weekend? I love that. Why wouldn't you want candy directly launched at your face? I feel like that's the best way to eat candy, is just coming at you at high speed, and you're just like, ah, That's what I think. Hey, if you're just coming into the channel right now and you're wondering what the heck I'm talking about, don't worry about it. It doesn't matter. Um, so scene 40. I really am in a silly mood right now. Scene 44 has begun. I'm several drawings into it, which is great. But the more exciting piece of news that I wanted to tell you was, I think last week I mentioned that there are 3 more scenes left in the warehouse before I'm done with the warehouse. Holy moly. The warehouse is the longest sequence in this cartoon at probably slightly more than 2 minutes is what I'm going to guess. Slightly over 2 minutes for the sequence. And I started it, I think, in December of last year. So not bad. I think it'll take me at least another month to wrap it up. At least another month. I'm going to give myself a month and a half goal. I'm putting that in air quotes because if it takes longer, it takes longer. If it takes less time, amazing. Stray Kids says, I ate a whole box of goldfish last weekend all to myself. Hey, I relate to that because I too eat goldfish crackers and I can put those away. Let me tell you, I can eat those like fish drink water. So anyway, so I made a decision very recently, which was, I know I said there's 3 scenes left. I know I said that, but I'm changing my mind, and there are 2 scenes left in the warehouse. What do you mean, Phil? How can you just eliminate a scene? I'll tell you how I can eliminate a scene. I'm so glad you asked me that question. So scene 44, I'm working on now. I know where it ends because I've already kind of fleshed out the main points of it. That would leave scene 45 and scene 46. I am combining those 2 scenes into one scene. So why would I do that? Well, ever since the beginning of this process, as I was storyboarding it, that last scene, that 46, that last part of the warehouse, right? On the boards it says 48. It was going to be 46. Now it's going to be part of 45. It changes. But that block on the boards always kind of bothered me just a little bit because it felt sort of unclear a little bit. And so it's definitely been in the back of my mind as, is this going to stay unclear or is it something I can improve on? And so the shot in the scene before that is kind of not an extreme close-up, but a relatively closer shot of New Guy saying his line. And then the shot that was going to happen after that was going to be pretty far away. And we see New Guy kind of now further back. And then we've got a laptop box right there. And then a little trail of smoke off to the side. And the trail of smoke is supposed to represent the warehouse guy because he does that. He poofs into a trail of smoke. But for whatever reason, when I looked at those 2 things, and when I've had other people look at those things too, the reaction was the same, which is, I think it was a little bit jarring. It was like you cut from here to here, and then it just like it didn't read. It didn't read that was, we're zooming out to see that the laptop has been found, and the trail of smoke is the warehouse guy vanishing. That didn't read for some reason. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to combine those 2 scenes together. And instead of the camera cutting and moving back, it's going to zoom out. And by zooming out, we never lose sight. Let me turn that music down a little bit. We never lose sight of New Guy. And so it won't be as jarring because our eyes are still going to be seeing where he is. See? And then the trail of smoke is not going to be off to the side, even though I think it makes sense in my head. I was like, what would read a little bit better and be a little clearer would be if the smoke was like dissipating, and what we see instead is the laptop box. It doesn't mean that warehouse guy turned into a laptop. It does not mean that. It means that in his flamboyant ways, overly dramatic ways, he made the laptop like poof, there it is, right? So that's what I'm going to do instead. I'm pretty excited about it. I think it's going to be more interesting to look at. And as a finale as like a final scene to the warehouse, I think it's actually going to be more interesting to look at, having this like camera that like pans back and actually pans back and then like down. So it's like the camera is coming back and then tilting backwards, but we're still facing forward. And then by moving back like this, it's going to reveal the laptop's going to like, appear on screen like that. I think that's going to be more interesting. It's probably going to take me longer to do it that way because I have to figure all that out. But I think it'll look more interesting, and that's ultimately what I'm trying to do, is make something that I think looks more interesting. If I just wanted to get it done, there's any number of ways to make this go by quicker. I could just have the characters flap their little mouths up and down and not try to form the words. I'm not doing that because I don't find that to be very interesting. So Mark says it also launches. Oh, I'm guessing you mean tennis balls or whatever else you can fit in the bowl. And I'm bringing it to the family reunion tomorrow. Oh, that sounds fun. Are you going to be launching tennis balls and candy at your family? Is that the plan? How does your dad feel about this? I would love to know. I thought you were going to tell me that you were going to bring that down to Texas and you were going to launch some stuff at me. That's what I thought you were going for. Not that you were going to go to a family reunion and start like pelting people with snickerdoodles. That's a cookie. Snickers. There you go. That's better. You're going to pelt your family with Snickers and tennis balls. All right. So I'm actually going to try to get some work done tonight. So believe it or not, I did a warm-up drawing before starting this tonight. Little warm-up drawing. And let me see where that is so I can show it to you. Oh, it's right here. It's a little breakdown drawing. This is New Guy kind of in the background. This scene is comprised of New Guy kind of just becoming part of the furniture in the background, so to speak, but he does have a little bit of motion in the beginning. Because in the previous scene, he ends the previous scene in a pose that looks something like this. Kind of. It's a little different. This is further away, so it doesn't look exactly the same, but it's pretty close. And I want him to end looking like this. And then he's just going to then the camera's going to do a shifting of focus, because it starts out focused on him, and then he goes into that more relaxed pose, and then it blurs him, and it brings Warehouse Guy into focus. And he's in the foreground, and he looks like this. And he'll be opening a box. But before he opens that box, what he's going to be doing is using a retractable knife to cut open the box and then go and open the flaps on the side. So what I'll be working on tonight, because I already have the keyframes, or at least some of the keyframes, I'm going to be doing some breakdown shots tonight, and I'm going to turn my camera right now a little earlier than expected. So those of you who don't believe that I can refrain from talking for 30 minutes straight, I'm about to prove you wrong. All right, so here we go. So this is what I'm working on. I am a little bit concerned about the amount of paper I have that you can see sitting in front of me. I'm not convinced this is going to be enough for the rest of the cartoon. I'm like 99.9% sure it's not going to be enough. The only question becomes is, when do I order more? There's really not an advantage to ordering more too soon, but I don't want to wait too long either. Anyway, this is what I'm working on right here, and you can see he is moving his blade back and forth, right? If I keep flipping this forever, he'll be flipping that back and forth forever. Or, I mean, he'll be drawing that blade toward him forever. So, anyway, So I'm going to actually flip these two drawings around, because really this is the motion I was trying to show you. I had it going in reverse a second ago, but that is what's going on here. And I'll be doing a breakdown shot of that tonight, maybe some in-betweening. We'll see. I'm going to keep it open to see how I feel. Stray Kid says, playing card games with my grandma. Oh, right now you're playing card games with your grandma? Right this minute you're playing card games? Does that mean your grandmother can hear me? Or are you watching me muted? If so, hi, Grandma. Hi, Grandma of Stray Kids fan 101, if that is your real name. Okay, that's enough of that. I just want to weird everybody out tonight. That's all. That's all this is. No, I'm kidding. A little bit of water, a little cold water to get me going. All right, so I'm gonna get a little bit of light happening here. The question now is, can I actually listen to the Wii Shop Channel music for the next 45 minutes, or can you? Oh, maybe people are going to be not digging it. I don't know. I think it's wonderful. I think it's a song that defies all logic, that you can listen to it on loop and it just works. Why does it work so well? It's bossa nova. I'm going to credit that a little bit with it. It's a bossa nova tune. I got to get my other lamp turned on. Not all the way on, just a little bit. Just a little bit. It's kind of crazy. I think I mentioned this a couple weeks ago. I don't know if I did. I probably did. On the wall behind me. Oh, you have your headphones on. Oh, okay. On the wall behind me, I've got my storyboards, right? And I've got 7 pages of storyboards behind me on the wall. They are the final 7 pages of storyboards for new ad day, which means once I complete the page I'm on, I'll be pulling one down and not replacing it with another one for the first time this whole time, which is going to feel crazy. It's going to feel like a countdown. Now, to be fair, I know I make that sound like it's like the beginning of the end of the cartoon. But the reality is I have a lot more to go. And I'm going to have to create some extra storyboards for a different section that was not in my original plan. And I'm waiting until I finish all these first before I do that. But I am going to be developing another like subsection, a very small section that I will do that once this is all done. So there's still a lot more to go. Don't you worry. If you're somebody who's like, but Phil, I'm looking forward to seeing you work on this cartoon every week. Yeah, well, don't worry. You're not going to be without me doing that quite yet. Not get rid of that. Not get rid of me that easily. What does it mean if you're not hungry, but you're like, but I could have some ice cream? What does that mean? What do you think that means? I'm not hungry right now, but if someone brought me a bowl of ice cream, I would not turn it down. You know what I mean? Is that a sugar addiction? What is that? Somebody want to tell me what that is? Is it just because ice cream is amazing and that's all that means? I think about that sometimes. I'm like, why could I eat ice cream right now? Why is that something that I think I could probably manage? But I'm also like not hungry for anything. Is that the there's always room for Jello kind of a theory? Is that what that is? You're saying yes, I'm addicted to sugar? Okay. Judge not, lest ye be judged, Stray Kids fan. Lest ye cast the first stone. I don't know what I'm saying. You are hungry for ice cream. Well, I'm always hungry for ice cream. You are also, Stray Kids says. Yeah. Yeah. That's because ice cream is amazing. I would be weirded out if you told me you weren't hungry for ice cream. That would be strange to me. People that tell me they don't eat ice cream very much, I'm just like, are you allergic to being sad or to being happy? Sorry. Do you like being sad? Are you allergic to being happy? That's what I want to say to them. I knew what I meant when I was thinking it. It doesn't always come out the way that I envision. Whenever I listen to this music, I feel like I need to be setting up an infomercial. I'm not going to, but it is something that I think about. What did my phone tell me? My phone just told me that I can get $3 guac and queso every night from 9 p.m. to close. Why wouldn't I do that? And you're wearing your Bluetooth headphones. Okay, but you already told me you're wearing your Bluetooth headphones. I feel like I just missed something here. What did I miss? If you're wondering if I just pushed play on this song and asked it to loop, I did not. I found a 10-hour loop on YouTube. That's what I found. I won't be listening to it for 10 hours, but I could be. I could be. could go for some frozen custard right now. I definitely could go for some of that. I won't do that. I'll probably just like eat something healthy. I don't know. Why would I do that to myself? It's okay. The thing is, I had some ice cream earlier during lunch. During my late lunch, early dinner, or linner, as the kids call it. Which kids, you may ask? Don't ask that question. The stray kids, perhaps. Here we go. Where's the fun in that? Where's the fun in what, Samantha? Eating something hungry? Or eating something hungry? Eating something healthy? Yeah, I know. It's a crazy notion. I don't know. I feel like I am getting. I don't know if this is really happening, but it's something I've been kind of feeling recently. I feel like I'm getting more precious with everything, and I always try to tell myself to not get precious, especially in this step. But I kind of can't help it. I think as I'm going through and I'm like trying harder and working hard to make it look a certain way, it's like making me more precious is what it's doing. I don't know. I don't know if I don't know if I like that. I know why it's happening. I just don't know if there's anything I should really be doing about it. Loop restart. I forgot to put my phone on airplane mode, and my phone is blowing up right now, and it's kind of distracting. I'm trying to not be distracted by it. What's going on? Everything is notifying me all at once. Getting notified about tacos. I'm getting notified about Pokemon. Just all kinds of notifications. All the notifications. Why are you sorry? Why are you sorry, Nicole? Were you trying to message me? Oh, hey, thanks for the Haha, says Nicole on Facebook with the reaction. And Wayne Carnegie just gave me a heart. Wayne Carnegie, another fellow cartoonist, artist, animator guy. Wayne, if you're still in the room, how's your project coming along? And if you're not in the room, well, I don't know what to tell you. Who told you to leave? That's what I say. Who said you could leave? Stray Kid says, I wish I could whistle, but I can't. Why can't you whistle? Oh, come on. I was just telling Samantha earlier. Well, the day that I learned how to whistle was like one of the happiest days of my life. I was so excited about it. Oh, Nicole says, no, just playing. Okay. Nicole, you're a troll sometimes. You're trolling me. That's what I think. I tell you guys, I have a rat now. I don't have a rat. It's just, it comes and visits my food dish that I put out for the squirrels and the birds. And it comes out late at night. And so now I look forward to seeing this rat late at night. I went out the other night to put some food out for the squirrels for the next morning. And I think I freaked the rat out. I didn't know it was out there, but it was hanging out by the gutters. And I just all of a sudden heard this thing like scurrying. And I was like, what the heck? What? And it was just like, it was scrambling around the gutter. And I went, all right, sorry, calm down. Oh, you don't know how to whistle? We gotta fix that. We gotta get you to learn how to whistle. Do you have anybody in your family that can teach you how to whistle? I don't know how to teach people how to whistle. I don't know. It's a hard thing to teach. It is. It's a hard thing to teach. It was a hard thing to learn, honestly. I think that's probably pretty good. I like that. All right. Your grandpa can whistle with his fingers. What does that mean? Oh, you mean like the... Yeah. I need to wet my whistle while we're talking about it. How many of you can whistle? I'm just curious. How many people in the room right now can whistle? And how many can't whistle? I cannot do the whistling with fingers. That is not a thing I've ever learned how to do. I don't know how to do that. Maybe I should learn how to do that, but I don't know how. So I will tell you that. It is a thing I don't know. I like it. This is working out very well. I think I'm going to do an in-between on that other new guy drawing and come back to this later. Samantha raises her hand. She can whistle. Marks can whistle. Nicole Bell just can't whistle well at all. Oh, that's unfortunate. How do we fix this, everybody? Maybe there's some good YouTube tutorials out there of how you can whistle. I want everyone to be able to whistle. Everyone should be able to whistle. Whistling is America's favorite pastime. Oh, look, it's time to do some in-betweening. I am trying to take it a little bit easy right now because I have been, this week I put a lot of effort into completing scene 43. I really just felt very motivated. And I think I overdid it, and I might have some carpal tunnel symptoms right now. So, yes, maybe that means I shouldn't be drawing at all, but I'm just trying to draw a little bit. So I'm not putting too much pressure on myself. I'm just saying, all right, let's just get a little bit of something done each day, just a little bit, and then hopefully my hand will spring back to action and I can really go to town. But yeah, I do feel more pressure now. I feel like everything, I'm getting closer and closer to the finish line, and so now I'm like, oh, I want to make sure it's good. You know, I don't think I had as much of this concern in the beginning. I just kind of went for it, and in some ways that may have been a better approach. But now I'm so like precious about it. Maybe that's not a bad thing. Maybe that just means I've got good quality control. But I will tell you that I definitely sit here and kind of stress about how good it looks. And then I leave my desk and I stress about it elsewhere too. Oh, that's the loop change. Loop restart. It happens. There's consistently 4 people in the room tonight, it says. 4 people. Look at you, 4 people. Look at you, 4 intrepid adventurers. Just hanging out with me on a Friday night. Stray Kids is playing cards with Grandma. We got Marks, who's hurtling pieces of candy at his relatives. Samantha's doing whatever she's doing. Who knows what she's doing right now? She hasn't told us. Maybe she's whistling somewhere. Whistling in the dark. I'm going to say that's what Samantha's doing, is whistling in the dark. Nicole, what are you doing? Oh, these little detail shots get a little bit tricky because I have to draw really small. By the way, I only have 2 delivery girls. Delivery girls? What are you talking about, Nicole? Both are badass because, heck, I couldn't drive a 53-foot trailer. Oh, okay. You're making a work-related comment. I thought we agreed this was a not work-related zone. Stray Kid says, roll back your comments. Oh, roll back my comments. Oh, by the way, polled my delivery guys, and most backroom people are actually of the female persuasion in my lane of grocery / superstore receiving. Oh, Most of your delivery guys, and or you polled your delivery guys, and most backroom people are actually really interesting. Okay, gotcha. Samantha's playing a game and listening to me. Oh, okay. What game are you playing? We got Stray Kids playing cards. Stray Kids says, I'm supposed to be in bed, but I'd rather stay up hanging out on your live. Oh, you're so sweet. What is it about hanging out with me that you enjoy? You're like a teenager. Why do you want to listen to me? I mean, I'm not complaining. I'm very flattered and confused. Hey, Elizabeth Hires is here. She was here. She gave me a heart on Facebook. Thank you for that. And those of you who are giving me thumbs ups or likes on YouTube, thank you as well. I just don't know about it until later on. It doesn't show up until later. So, thank you in advance for liking this video. Thank you in advance for liking this video. Please stand clear of the monorail doors. Dreamlight Valley? Oh boy. That's a Disney game, if I'm not mistaken. It's a Disney game. Doop 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 doop. Doop 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 doop. Doop 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 doop. Doop 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 doop. Doop 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 doop. Diddly-lee. Hey, is anybody going to go see Superman this weekend? I'm hoping to go see Superman this weekend. I would be very happy if I get to see Superman. I know I'm planning on seeing Elio this weekend, a Pixar movie that is not doing very well. You're funny and you make jokes. Well, thank you. I try to make jokes and be funny. It's hard to do both. You can make jokes and not be funny. And you also can be funny and not make jokes. Ironically enough, those things are not mutually exclusive. It is a Disney game, says Samantha. It is a Disney game. All right. Well, I do like me some Disney. That is a very true story. Those of you who know me personally know I kind of have a thing for them. Although I think they make a lot of bad choices, especially in recent years. Recent multiple years. They've been making some silly choices. Oh, Disney, will you ever get back to a nice period of time where you're just kicking butt and taking names and everybody wants to be you and you're super impressive? Will you ever get back to that period of time? Is that gone? I know you've had your moments in the past where you've lost it and then you got it back again. I think you can get it back again, Disney. I believe in you. Nicole says, joined late, didn't know we weren't being job specific. Yeah, we're not being job specific. That's okay. Or work specific. No, you're fine. You can talk about work. It's fine. I was just giving you grief. It's all good. No, it's fine. If you want to talk about, are you at work now, Nicole? Is that what's going on? Are you watching me at work when you should be working? Is that what's happening? Am I your dirty little secret at work? Oh my goodness. Oh dear. Heavens to Murgatroyd. Oh mercy. No, I'm not. Okay, well then I just said all that for nothing. Thanks for letting me sound like an idiot. That's what I do. I sound like an idiot. You're not an idiot. Oh, well, thank you, Stray Kids. Thank you. I know you work before daylight. Yeah, I know. But I thought maybe you had like you might have had like an inventory night where you had to pull like a night shift. I used to have to do that stuff. Oh, I kind of enjoyed inventory nights. Well, we got loop change. Okay. They were a little bit annoying, but I kind of enjoyed them. It was like everybody was hanging out and having a party. Whoa. What was that? That sounded like a car squealing its tires. That was crazy. That does happen where I live. Did you guys hear that? That was crazy. That was Wednesday. Oh, May, what, 5 to 2? 5 a.m. to 2? Oh, man. 5 a.m. to 2 sounds... Well, 5 a.m. to 2 actually sounds like you'd get out of work and you'd be like, wow, it's 2. I could do anything. But instead you go home and you just don't do anything, right? No, I don't want to look like he's smiling in this picture. That's not what he's doing. He's not smiling. I hope my little mouse or rat friend comes back tonight. You would nap? Oh, yeah, Marks, you heard it? Okay, that was loud. I kind of wish I wasn't talking during that. That was crazy loud. Whenever I hear squealing tires like that, I half expect to, like, pause for half a second and then hear some kind of explosion or a crash, a car crash or something. I always kind of expect some kind of a follow-up sound effect. It doesn't happen typically, and that's probably a good thing for everybody involved, but it sort of sounds like a drum roll that starts and then doesn't go, and there's no cymbal crash afterwards. You know what I mean? You're like, what the heck? What was all that lead up for? What are you doing? Again, I'm not sad that there's no one getting into an accident. I'm just saying, when you have that kind of squealing tire thing, and then you listen, and then there's nothing, it's like, what was that all about? Your brain kind of goes, I don't know what I was supposed to be hearing just then. You guys, it's going to be so crazy if I finish the warehouse like around August or in August. That's going to be so crazy. If I get to start on the final sequence of the whole film. Oh boy. It doesn't mean that it's going to start moving very, very quickly at that point, but it will feel like that, I think. It will feel that way. You can't really see what's going on. That's okay. I'm not a big napper, Nicole. I think I've said that on here before. It's not really something I'm into. I'm not a big napper. And, yeah, that's just the reality of it. I don't know if you guys are, if you're all nappers. I'm not a napper. I'm not going to add this. I'm not going to do another in-between on this one tonight. I'm just going to go and I'm going to do another drawing with this other piece. I'm just kind of jumping around tonight. I don't have I feel like after the giant scene I just finished, scene 43 was 119 images. It was just a lot. And so now I'm just sort of like, hey, how about I chillax into my next scene and I don't freak out so much about it. That's a thing I could do. Samantha says, I love naps so much. Yeah, well, look, I'm glad for you. You're fired, LOL. Why am I fired? Because I don't like naps? Well, you can fire me all you want. Because I'm just being honest. Naps are not my thing. And I'll go one step further and say that, like, not only are naps not really my thing, sleep isn't really my thing. And sleep has kind of never been my thing. I have resisted sleep since I was a kid. And sleep has given me nothing but stress ever since I was a kid. That is the honest to goodness truth. Sleep has been a real problem for me my whole life. Most of the dreams that I have are upsetting or disturbing, or most of the dreams that I remember anyway. And so I just don't look forward to going to sleep because sleep means I'll be stressing out. That's the reality of it. Some people love sleep. When I'm really tired and I get really good sleep, of course I love that. Of course. But that's not my reality most of the time. My reality is I have awful dreams. I wake up upset, or I wake up really having to go to the bathroom, or something like that. It's just unpleasant. And then something will wake me up, like a squirrel outside barking at me to get food, or my cat, for whatever reason, or the frickin' white-winged dove that sits on my chimney at the earliest possible moment. I can hear its big old butt clang on the metal shielding over top of the chimney. It just like bang. That's how I know it's gonna land. It's like, or how it's landed. It's like plopped its butt on there, and then it just starts cooing for a long period of time. It just repeats over and over again. I love animals. Okay, don't get me wrong. I think a cooing dove is a beautiful thing. But the truth is, when I'm trying to sleep, a cooing dove that won't stop cooing is basically an alarm clock that I didn't ask for or set. So that's all I have to say about that. Nicole says, when you work at the ass crack and take care of an old person, naps are essential. No, it's fine. I'm not faulting you for taking naps. I'm just saying it's just never been a thing for me. I mean, you have valid reasons to take a nap. I am not faulting anyone for taking a nap. I'm just explaining that naps have never been a thing for me. And that's okay. That's okay. If you're just joining my channel right now, in this video, this live video right now, welcome. Thanks for being here. That's all I wanted to say. I'm probably not going to get a whole other drawing done right now. Normally I try to go for 3 drawings during a live draw. It just feels like a good number, and it just gives me a chance to feel like I made some progress in the day. But I got a couple drawings. Actually, I got one done before I started tonight. I did a warm-up drawing. So I've already gotten my 3 drawings in. So if I don't finish this one right now, that's okay. I don't want to push my hand too much. I really don't want to injure myself. I feel like I injured myself doing my day job today. And I'm pretty sore all over, if I'm being perfectly honest with y'all. I'm pretty sore. I haven't taken any medication for it. I'm going to try to avoid doing that if I can help it, because I don't really want to get reliant on medication, honestly. That's my real reason. And I'm not in that much pain. I'm just kind of sore. So I can get by. It's fine. It's nighttime, right? What do I need to feel good for? You know? I've become very comfortable. Oh, loop change. I've become very comfortable with discomfort. It doesn't mean I like discomfort, but it sort of means that like I've come to understand discomfort, and I don't constantly seek to remove it necessarily. I'm just like, yeah, that's what discomfort feels like. You know, it happens. Those of you young whippersnappers out there won't know what I'm talking about, but you know, as you get older, discomfort just becomes a pretty frequent thing. I hate to be that person that complains about getting older, but I knew I didn't want to get older when I was a kid. I used to complain about getting older, like I was worried about it and I didn't want to do it, and I really fretted about it. As a child, I fretted about getting older. It was a real concern for me, and my grandmother would call me. She like kind of nicknamed me Peter Pan, and I love that she did that. I absolutely love that she did that. I'll be perfectly honest with you. It doesn't offend me or anything. Um, feel better. Thank you, Nicole. I will feel better. I believe. I just need to get some rest. And rest doesn't mean sleep. It means rest. You can rest without sleep. And so when I'm done hanging out with y'all here, I'm gonna probably go and just chillax for the rest of the evening and kind of take it easy. There are some nights where after I stop recording the live draw, I will like still work on things, and I'll maybe do some drawing, or I'll scan the images that I drew that night. Tonight will not be one of those nights, as it turns out. It's just not gonna be. It's just not gonna happen, man. I'm just sort of blocking this image in. I'm not really. I'm not trying to get it too perfect. I'm just trying to get it so it's at a place where the next time I sit down, I can go, oh, okay, I know what I was doing. You know, I like to do that. I like to give myself a little bit of an easier lead in, so the next time I sit down, I go, oh, all I need to do is this, 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 and this, and then I do, and I go, wow, I got a drawing done already, and it's like a false way to, it like tricks me into a false sense of accomplishment. I know I'm doing it. It's not like I'm really tricking myself, but it is kind of a tactic. "100%," says Nicole. I don't know what we're 100%ing, but I like your percentage style. I like your percentage style 100% of the time. Oh, an entire episode where the Wii Shop Channel music played in the background. Let me tell you. I hope this video doesn't get flagged for copyright infringement, but I just had to do it. I've been thinking about playing this music in the background for a long time now. And today I was just like, you know what? Tonight's the night. I'm doing it. It's just happening, man. It's just happening. It's already happening right now. We're in the middle of it. Well, we're at an hour. I'm going to do a little bit more doodling here, but we're at an hour, so I have fulfilled my end of the deal. Hey, and if you want to fulfill your end of the deal, 100% to me resting? Yes, thank you. If you want to fulfill your end of the deal, folks, let me invite you to join some things that are free, but they really would mean a lot to me. If you haven't already, I would love for you to follow me over on Patreon. Just go to retailsunshine.com. You can follow me there for free, and I do post updates there that I don't always necessarily post anywhere else. Sometimes I post things there that no one else gets to see, or very few people get to see ever. Or I'll post stuff there first. I kind of will favor that place first. So yeah, retailsunshine.com. Please do that. If you haven't already tossed a like over on the Retail Sunshine Facebook page, I would invite you to do that tonight. That would mean a lot to me as well. I'm trying to get up to 1,000 followers, and I'm not too far away from it, actually, on Facebook. It's getting pretty close. It's in like the 900s. So that's pretty exciting. And then, of course, I would love for you to like this video. And if you aren't already subscribed, please do here on YouTube. Because that's how I grow my channel here. And I would love for this channel to continue growing. It would be great. I would love it. If I could get to a point where this channel is so big that I have to only come up with stuff for this channel, and that's my new day job. Oh my gosh, how cool would that be? But that stuff doesn't happen overnight. At least not in my experience. All right, well, the basics of him are there. That's pretty cool. We get this little mark here. Here we go. Yes, resting is important. However you decide to do it, see to it that you do it. It's very important. I also want to do a quick shout out to everybody who's in this room during the live video right now. If you're in this room right now, thank you so much for being here. You know, you could have been anywhere on a Friday night. I know. I don't have a gajillion people in here. So the ones of you that are in here, I know you guys really care about being here. So thank you for that. If you're coming in watching this video after the fact, thank you to you as well. Because maybe the timing was off and you couldn't be here when it was live, and that's totally cool. So thank you guys. Appreciate that. All right, I will finish this drawing later. I've got it far enough along that I know what I'll do the next time I sit down. That's great. And I'm going to call it here, I think, because I am ready to go and chillax a bit. But happy Friday, you guys. Have a wonderful weekend. And go see Superman or maybe Jurassic World or maybe even Elio, the Pixar movie. Yeah, and let's come talk about it again next time. Maybe, ow, I just slammed my hand on my desk. That was really unnecessary and painful. Maybe I'll do another mid-week live stream coming up this week. I don't know. I haven't done them in a couple weeks. It happens. I got sidetracked. You know, what are you going to do? All right, guys. Thanks for being here. Have a great weekend. Good night, Marks. Thanks for saying good night. And have an awesome family reunion there, sir. All right. Bye, guys.